let's go on the chat box and write out your takeout of what John Maxwell said are critical things to self-development on your route towards leadership, building leadership competence. I have Adams, I have Amina, I have, Olusheyi, Chineye. Go on the chat box and list it. Abiba, John, Muhammad, Ahmed, go on the chat box and list those things that you remember that John Maxwell said are critical to personal development if you want to arouse towards leadership. From that video you watched, please go on the chat box. All right, I love this. I love this. Preparation, practice, and reflection. Amazing. That's good. That's good. That's good. Now, but you only mentioned that towards the end. There are several other things you mentioned before we got there. Preparation, practice, and reflection is only the fourth. That is one point in the first, the fourth point, where he said invest 1 hour a day. What do you do in 1 hour a day? You prepare, even you practice and you reflect. Okay, your preparation presupposes even that you evaluate, okay, yourself in the areas of your choice and your skill. Then you practice based on maybe what you watch others even are doing well in that area of skill or that area of choice that you have chosen. Then you reflect. Okay. So, all right, maybe let me just run down the 7 things John Maxwell said for those who might not have begun that video with us, and for those who might not have, maybe listened through. The first thing John Maxwell, that leader in leadership, globally, what he said is this: 1, you must have a commitment to grow intentionally. Commitment to intentional growth is very, very critical. It must be a commitment. It's like a signed contract with yourself. I must grow in this part. Don't forget, growth is different from development. We are looking at development today, developing leadership competence. Growth is different from development. Any plant, whether you cultivate it, whether you nurture it, once it is planted and it's the right environment, will grow. But the growth will not be in a directional path. The growth will not be according to even a planned course, except you develop it. Developing it means you prune, you shape, you apply fertilizer at a particular time. And don't forget, your pruning will inform the product of growth, which we call development, that you see. So development is an intentional intervention in the growth process. I repeat, development is an intentional intervention in the growth process towards achieving a desired end. So there is a desired end in development. Growth can be wild, growth can be unorchestrated, growth can be natural, but development is when you intervene intentionally to achieve an end purpose. And that's what we're going to do here. We are looking at developing leadership purpose. So John Maxwell said you must be committed to intentional growth. Write it down. 1, commitment to intentional growth. And once it is intentional, it becomes development. So I will say commitment to development. That's how I will call it. Okay. Number 2, it says make that commitment public. Don't only keep it to yourself. Share it with other people that are enthused and excited about your development. Maybe your wife, maybe your close pals, your friend, your mentor. Share it with someone. This is what I want to achieve at the end of this year in terms of my development, or what we call intentional growth. Okay, so make that commitment public. He said a shared commitment becomes a strong commitment. John Maxwell said a shared commitment becomes a strong commitment. Another thing I want you to remember is what he said in terms of number 3. Number 1 is make commitment to intentional growth. Number 2, make the commitment public. Number 3, identify the areas you want to grow in. You must identify the area you want to have this intentional growth, which is called development. All right. He said, and make it between 2 to 5. Why is it 2 minimum? He says, because your growth areas must be in 2 places minimum. One, an area of choice, where you can list several areas of things you want to do in area of choice, but don't make them much more than 2 to 5. Then the second thing, area of skill. You must grow in an area of choice and you must grow in an area of skill. John Maxwell said his own area of choice when he started was he wanted to grow in attitude. He wanted to develop his attitude, a right attitude, a positive attitude. And the second area, which is area of skill, he chose public speaking. Why? He says because he's a pastor and he needs to learn how to speak well. So he will go out each week to hear even great speakers speak, and he will note down even one particular thing about them, what made them to connect with the audience. And he said he will note down the things that they did right and they did the things that did not make them to connect with the audience. And as he practiced this, he said consistently for 2 years, he reflects and practices on the things that makes them connect with the audience. He became exceptional, even a speaker. Don't forget his intentional growth, which is called development. He was intentional. He did not leave it to chance. He did not leave it to nature. He did not leave it to kusera sera. This is how to develop. Yes, so it's number 3. It says identify the areas you want to grow in. Number 4, it says you must invest at least 1 hour in that area of growth you've identified. He said even Sundays inclusive, Fridays inclusive, every day invest 1 hour, so that at the end of 365 days you will have invested 365 hours in that area of growth. And he said this made him to become an exceptional public speaker in 2 years. So I'm saying this is the secret of development. Invest 1 hour in that identified area of intentional growth we call development. 1 hour in the area of reflecting, practicing, even on your attitude, if that's the area of choice, and on your public speaking, if that's the area of your skill. You must identify what area of choice and what area of attitude. Invest 1 hour on a day, and to develop in it. He says number 5, you must invest 1 hour in a week to journal and to reflect. All these various points you have gathered during the day, during that one hour per day, now spend even 1 hour at the end of the week, each week, to journal, to put together all you have learned, all that you continue to do, all that you will discontinue to do. Don't forget yesterday, even when I was speaking on negotiation, I alluded, almost knowing that I would take on from there today, even though this is just like divinely arranged. Okay, I will say that I said yesterday, I showed you what I call the diagram of development. Okay, the diagram. I showed you that yesterday. I said you must consider things to stop doing, things to start doing, and things to do more. That is how to develop in life. Things to stop doing. That is a triangle of development. It is a copyright to me. If you want to make it a copyright, you must make decide on things. I have a diagram I do like that. At the apex, things I have to stop doing. At the base, on the left, things to start doing, and on the right base, things to do more. This will lead even to the central core of development. At the heart of my diagram, I put even a star, an explosive star that shows development. I said when there is an intersection between stop doing, start doing, and do more, there will be an explosion of development. That's how I did that model. Sorry, I don't have the diagram of the model here. I would have shown you, but that's exactly how it is. So you must, in 1 hour at the end of the day, in your journaling, what you want to consider is what are the things I have to stop doing based on the things I have listed down. Based on things I've reflected upon and practiced during the week. What are the things I have to do more? What are the new things I have to add to start doing? It is all amazing. Then the 6th thing he said, is that you must share your growth with someone that is enthusiastic, that is your cheerleader. If you share your growth, even weekly, it's like an accountability partner. You must have an accountability partner that helps you monitor that you are growing along the path that you have outlined, that can give you a critique, a positive feedback. Critique is not criticism, please. Critique is an objective even feedback on how you can do it better. So you must have such cheerleaders, such even destiny enablers within your support system. If, however, you find that you have jealous, envious people amongst you, don't share your dreams with them. They will kill those dreams. They will frustrate your dream. So you move away from such people. That's what John Maxwell said. Share your growth with someone, but be careful. As you do this on a weekly basis, as you share the growth with someone, share it only with those who are thrilled with your progress, those who are giving you positive vibe, even if they criticize. If they give a critique, not criticism, rather, if they give a critique, you know that it is to help you better. So these are the 6 points, even for personal development, as you enroll even the leadership competence zone. My name again is Olakanmi Amoo-Onidundu, and you are welcome to this